good. The dirt and the grime makes it look real, okay? If you don't do this, it looks like a Kaylee costume. If you want to be Kaylee as a cosplay, you need to dirty your jumpsuit up. So for the first technique I used to make this look dirty was real engine grease and grime and oil. And I am very lucky in this instance to have a really old car that is really grimy. So I first took out the engine dipstick and kind of splattered it on my jumpsuit, and then I took it and just rubbed it all over the engine in places that I thought it needed to be dirtiest. Just don't be neat, don't be afraid to get messy. The real oil and grease had a real authentic look to it, but it didn't really have the darkness that I wanted. So now I'm using a shoe polish in a brown and a black to go over the spots to make them actually look dark and appear dirty. So I'm just using an old bunched up sock and dabbing in the places. I'm using the brown first, then going it over with the black. And again, don't be neat with this. Make it messy. Make it dirty in the places real dirt would actually set and gather up. So this is after all the shoe polish on. It feels dry, like it's not rubbing off. I'm still very cautious. I don't want it like touching my bed, on my carpet. Ugh. So I'm gonna actually let this soak in for a couple days. The longer it sits, the more likely it's to stain. And then I'm actually going to wash it with soap this time to try and get it to smell less like polish and motor oil because I don't like the smell. I'm hoping the stains still stay because I need to be able to wash this but have the stains stay. So you can see most of the stains have rubbed out. There's still a little bit of discoloration going on. Splatters from the engine grease, a little bit of darkness from the shoe polish. This time around, I'm using a water-based oil paint to add the dirt spots. So I pretty much added a lot of water to a little bit of paint and started flicking around with my paintbrush. I also went back in and painted directly on the jumpsuit, but I always made sure that the consistency of the paint was really watery so it didn't just look like a black spot, it blended in with the fabric. And I pretty much kept splattering until I was happy with how dirty my jumpsuit looked. I think it looks like I've been working on a ship every day for the past 4 years. What do you think? Lastly, I used some bleach to add some light spots on the jumpsuit. Do not go overboard on this. It's just to make the jumpsuit look aged and like it's been worn a lot and sun faded. Totally forgot to talk about the characters. Okay, let's go over this real quick. I don't know if it's just me, I haven't been able to find it, or it just doesn't exist. There is no official reading of what these characters are. Those are all the references that I gathered to best figure out what these characters are. Some people think they're backwards, they're upside down, they're not real characters, they don't really know what they say. Lots of stuff. I did what I thought looked right from stills from the show and pictures, promo pictures, and what other people who actually know Chinese think they might be. I do not know Chinese. I do not know if this is right, okay? Forgive me. So she's got 3 right down the left side of her pocket. There's 1 over here on the right knee, and there's 1 over here underneath the teddy bear. That's about it. I don't know if they're right or I drew them correctly, but that's what I think they are. So this is the final product of all my efforts and all my attempts to make this look aged and dirty. The oil paint definitely held up best in the wash, so I'd be able to wash this and not worry about it becoming undirty. The shoe polish had the same effect, like it looked like this, but it definitely washed out in the washing machine. And the oil paint isn't perfect, like it does fade every time that I wash it. So if it fades too much, I'm definitely going to have to end up reapplying it. But I think it'll be good for a few washes, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I really like it. I'm very satisfied with how aged it looks. I have so much more planned, so hit this subscribe button if you want to keep up with me and all my costumes and tutorials. Also make sure to like and favorite this video. I'll see you guys next time. Good luck and have fun. This video, Bird, I can hear you from in here. You're all the way in the living room. Shush! Oh, one last thing I forgot to note. I did sew down these little collar pieces because I had problems with them like staying in the right place. So I did sew them down so I can't actually zip my jumpsuit all the way up, but it doesn't matter because this looks right.